News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective. On Unity.
Hello and welcome to Unity News Hour on Unity TV. The headlines. Those planning to disrupt 2023 polls will be met with full force of the law President Buhari wants. Gbajabiamila congratulates Nigerians for witnessing the New Year 2023. New Year 2023, former Minister Dasuki enjoined all Nigerians to amend their ways and do things with moderation as Nigeria grapples with challenges. And on the foreign scene, Ukraine war, Zelensky tells Russians Putin is destroying you. And in sports, Arsenal moves 7 points clear of Man City after Brighton win. And those were the headlines, and for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. The Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has warned that any activity planned to disrupt the 2023 general election will be met with full force of the law. The president gave the warning in his New Year message made available to the media on Saturday, December 31st. According to him, in the year 2023, Nigerians go to the polls to exercise our rights to vote and elect a new administration. It is an important year for our country to ensure that we have another smooth transition of government to whoever the people have decided upon. He said this administration's landmark amended Electoral Act will ensure that we have free and fair elections across the nation, noting that we as Nigerians must also take responsibility to ensure we participate in ensuring that the 2023 elections are free and fair by not engaging in anti-state activities and other nefarious acts that may affect the run of the polls. He added that it is our collective responsibility to ensure that Nigeria remains safe and peaceful for us all, and therefore we have a duty and obligations to support our troops and intelligence agencies by being alert and reporting anything suspicious. President Muhammadu Buhari has commiserated with Pope Francis, the Catholic Church in Nigeria and around the world, as well as all Christians faithful, mourning the passing of Pope Emeritus Benedict. In a statement by his media aide, Mr. Femi Adesina, on Saturday in Abuja, Buhari paid tribute to Benedict, who was greatly admired globally for his selfless leadership and renowned learning as a theologian. He also lauded the deceased for his dedication to advance interfaith dialogue and peace. According to Buhari, the late pontiff will be remembered as a true servant of God. He noted that the late religious leader had used the benevolent gifts of the Almighty upon his life to serve the church and humanity in humility, reverence and piety, living in word and deed the virtues of a true Christian disciple. The President prayed for the Pope Emeritus receive eternal embrace in the loving arms of the Lord, whom he served faithfully throughout his vocation. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Representative Femi Gbajabiamila, has congratulated Nigerians for witnessing the New Year 2023. The Speaker said the year 2023 will be significant for Nigerians, being the year that citizens will elect new leaders to pilot the affairs of the country. Gbajabiamila said he was optimistic about the opportunities and possibilities that lie ahead and urged Nigerians to remain resolute and determined as a people. He noted that 2023 was a defining year for Nigerians, adding that that is why the citizens should be united and speak with one voice. The Speaker wished Nigerians success, individual and collective, in 2023, calling for prayers for successful elections in the year 2023. The former Minister of Information and Communication, Alhaji Ibrahim Dasuki Saluna Kandai, has rejoiced with Nigerians on the occasion of 2023 New Year celebration. The felicitation was contained in a statement he personally signed and made available to news desks of Unity FM on Saturday. Alhaji Dasuki, who is also the chairman and CEO of Unity FM TV, JERS, enjoy all Nigerians to amend their ways and do things with moderation as the nation grapples with the challenges of nation building. The former minister further stressed the need for government at all levels to be focused and give priority to areas of infrastructural development, power supply, and positive creation, health and agriculture for a realistic and positive change in the living conditions of the people. He also appealed to Nigerians to continue to be patient and fervently prayerful, urging all to continue to support and cooperate with one another, especially at these trying moments. He then prayed that Almighty God will make the new year 2023 a prosperous one for all and sundry. The Chairman People's Democratic Party PDP Presidential Campaign Council in Akwai State, Governor Emmanuel Udom, has met with the Rivers and Benue State Governors Nyesom Wike and Samuel Otom. Udom met those who are part of the G5, popularly called the Integrity Group, at the Rume Prikun country home of the Wike in Obio Akpo on Saturday. Though details of the meeting were not disclosed, the three governors were seen posing for a photograph after the parley. Udom was said to have rushed down to see the leaders of the G5 as part of last-minute efforts to pacify them to drop their grievances and work for the presidential candidate of the party. Atiku Abubakar, the campaign council, was said to be bothered about Wike's continued outbursts, which were daily weakening the PDP's presidential campaigns and reducing the personality of Atiku in the eyes of members of the public. The G5 insistence that they will not work for Atiku was reinforced on Friday, shortly after the aggrieved governors returned from their London trip. Wike had earlier set aside January 2023 to declare his preferred presidential candidate and to mobilize support for him ahead of the 2023 polls. Fathers and mothers of the remaining abducted Chibok schoolgirls have called on President Muhammadu Buhari to bring back their daughters before leaving office in May 2023. On the night of 14 and 15 April 2014, 276 female students aged from 16 to 18 were kidnapped by Boko Haram from the government girls' secondary school at the town of Chibok in Borno State, Nigeria. At least scores of the girls are still in captivity and have not been found 8 years after. However, the parents, in a letter written to the president and obtained by newsmen dated 30th December 2022, lamented that many of the captured girls by Boko Haram have not still been released till now. The letter was signed by Yana Galang and Zanna Lawal on behalf of the parents of the abducted schoolgirls. According to the letter titled "Bring Back Our Daughters Before You Leave Office," the parents said Buhari had promised to rescue all the girls as he took over power in 2015. While wishing the president compliments of the season and a more fulfilling new year, the parents said as the new year marked hope and redemption, it was their sincere hope and prayer that Nigeria would be lifted out of its current challenges. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wasai, has congratulated Nigerians on the new year, urging them not to despair in spite of the challenges facing the country. Wasai, in a New Year message signed by his Chief Press Secretary Umar Muhammad Puma, urged Nigerians to have faith in their leaders and continue to pray for them at all levels for the wisdom to lead right. He said on behalf of his family and constituents, he wished to heartily rejoice with all countrymen and women for seeing off the year 2022 and successfully entering 2023. He urged all Nigerians to be prayerful as they prepare to elect new leaders come February 2023. He then thanked the Almighty Allah for keeping us going and keeping Nigeria as one, urging all not to despair but to remain patriotic as ever and believe that no matter how difficult things may be, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. The All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Bola Tinubu says reports linking him with a meeting with the 5 governors of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), popularly known as G5, were unsubstantiated and evil-intentioned. There had been media reports of Tinubu's purported marathon meeting with the PDP governors in London, United Kingdom, on Tuesday. He was said to have met with Governors Nyesom Wike of Rivers, Seyi Makinde of Oyo, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu, Okezi Ikpeazu of Abia, and Samuel Otom of Benue. An allegation the Rivers State Governor denied on Friday in Port Harcourt. Reacting to the news 3 days after it broke, Tinubu, in a statement issued on New Year's Eve by his media officer Tunde Rahman, disclosed that the report was the figment of the writer's imagination. while insisting that he is entitled to meet any politician or political stakeholders of his choice. The former Lagos State Governor further warned those peddling the rumors to decease forthwith. The Presidential Campaign Council PCC of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC has described 2023 as a chance for Nigerians to make their dreams come true. To make their dreams come true, Director of Media and Public Relations of the PCC, Mr. Bawo Ananuga, disclosed this in a New Year message issued Saturday in Abuja while praying for the repose of the souls of those who could not make it to 2023. The APC-PCC also prayed for those who might have gone through 2022 with some challenges that the new year will usher in great tidings. The council noted that as a presidential candidate of the APC, with 41 million registered members, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu presents the best vision for the future of our collective prosperity with pledges that are practical, immediate, and valuable to our journey towards development. The PCC also stated that the APC presidential candidate and his running mates have clearly laid out a grand vision for a better Nigeria in their action plan. One Peter Ihenyi, a driver with a private company, has narrated how he faked his own kidnap and connived with his friend, identified as Kelvin and others, in order to collect a ransom from his company. Ihenyi, who was paraded alongside some other suspects at the Rivers State Police Command headquarters in Port Harcourt, narrated how he diverted the company goods to his sister's house in Abia State and abandoned the vehicle along Aba-Port Harcourt Expressway. He revealed that he initiated the planned kidnap after his friend begged him for money which he was not able to provide. The suspect said while his company did not pay the ransom, luck ran out of them after his wife and his brother, who did not know anything about their plot, reported a kidnap case to the anti-kidnapping unit of the River State Police Command, leading to their arrest. On his part, Kelvin, who said he is a taxi driver, claimed not to have known that those who had hired him for this cab service were carrying arms, with which they shot at someone. The Commissioner of Police, Okong Efyong, had during the parade said efforts are going to retrieve the remaining 438 bottles of cooking oil and to arrest other 2 suspects at large. He disclosed that 562 bottles of the cooking oil valued at 1 million naira were recovered at Umu Okoro in Imo State. And in sports, Arsenal head into 2023 top of the Premier League, 7 points clear of Manchester City after beating Brighton by 4-2. They were made to work for the win, however, as Brighton made the Gunners work hard towards the end of the game. The damage was done early though. On what was a brilliant day for Mikel Arteta's side, goals by Bukayo Saka, captain Martin Odegaard, Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Martinelli gave Arsenal the victory. The Gunners face inform Newcastle next year. And on the international scene, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has told Russians that their leader is destroying their country, speaking at Vladimir Putin's New Year address delivered while flanked by people in military uniform. Mr. Zelensky said the Russian president was hiding behind his troops, not leading them on a day of deadly Russian airstrikes across Ukraine. He said Ukrainians would not forgive Russia. At least 1 person died and dozens were injured in the attack. The head of Ukraine's armed forces, Valery Zaluzhy, said air forces had shot down 12 of 20 Russian cruise missiles. The attacks happened 2 days after one of the largest airstrikes since the start of the war. Dozens of attacks in recent weeks have caused repeated power cuts. Moscow had repeatedly denied targeting civilians, but Mr. Putin has recently admitted hitting critical energy facilities. In an address on his Telegram channel, Mr. Zelensky said those who carried out Saturday's attacks were inhumane and they would lose. With this story, we've come to the end of our bulletins on Unity 93.3 TV. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV, respectively. My name is Ruqayyat Sani Ibrahim. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of our programs.
Unity.